So now I'd like this building about malarkey.
I know, I've been doing this all day.
All day.
What you been doing?
I've been working for a change. And it's Dawn's week off. So Dawn's now got the chance to do a bit of work around the boat, haven't you?
Certainly have.
Yeah, so I left you on your own for the day. And you decided to do a spot of painting.
Why not? We need to do it.
Bit of undercoat, isn't it, on some of the areas that we are obviously going to paint rather than leaving as wood.
Yeah.
You've cracked that undercoat out and you're getting on with that. Oh, welcome to boating on a budget, by the way.
We're tight Yorkshireman, and I'm Dawn.
We forgot that bit. The main purpose of this video then is not really to watch you doing that painting though, is it? Because I think over the time they've kind of watched us do a fair bit of painting, haven't they?
Dead boring, isn't it?
It's nothing. There's nothing exciting when you're doing it or watching it.
No.
No, basically, I mean, if you saw the last video, obviously we got curtains up at that stage, and while we were making them curtains, I'd say while we were making them curtains, we filmed it, didn't we? So you can have a look at how we got on making a set of curtains, and then we've got another little project that we did after that. The project must be progressing then, as we're actually making curtains. And curtains are kind of one of the finishing touches, aren't they?
They are.
There's still lots to do, obviously, but we are at the point where, on kind of at least this side of the boat, we can actually start putting some proper curtains up, can't we?
That's that bit of privacy as well, doesn't it?
Well, in the past we've just kind of had bits of shower curtains and things pinned up, haven't we? So now we're actually getting to the point we can put rails up that I'm going to do shortly. And we got these curtains from your sister, didn't we? One of your sisters, Leslie, who bought a caravan, and these were kind of the spare curtains. Yeah. So, thank you very much, Leslie. There are various different sizes, so we're going to have to kind of chop them around, aren't we, to get them so that we...
Customise them.
Customise, I like that. You nearly poked my eye out with them scissors then. But yeah, customise them, because some are wider than others, and obviously we've got basically 5 windows that we need 5 matching pairs of curtains. Yeah. So in effect, what Dawn's doing there is sort of chopping some sides off and obviously chopping them to the right length. And then you're going to get that sewing machine out, aren't you?
I certainly am.
And get them sewn up. We must say, these are probably not going to be the long-term curtains, are they? They're more of a short-term... I mean, they might well do as kind of the rest of this year and into next year. We'll sort of see how they go, and as and when we spot some fabric or whatever that we like, we'll go for them. Not that there's anything particularly wrong with these, but no. They are probably more just a temporary thing.
But how much did they cost us?
Exactly. They were the bargain price of free. And free is my favourite price.
It certainly is.
While you're finishing cutting them up then, and getting them ready to go on the sewing machine, I'm going to get the curtain track out and start fitting a bit of that. See how it all comes together.
Busy, busy.
Seeing as this is a project that we're doing in an evening now, it's not really suitable to have a brew, is it?
No, what do you think we might have to do?
I wonder if we might have to have a beer instead. Oh, you've already got a beer. I might have to open a beer.
Beat it to it.
Each length of curtain track has 5 clips to hold it in place. And I made a right meal out of that. It seemed to take me forever to work out the correct spacings and then finally get them clips screwed into place. But once they were in place, we could move forward to actually getting the track on. Next trick then is to try and cut this to the right length. I've worked out the window's 110 centimetres wide. We want 5 centimetres overlap each side. So I reckon that means we need this at 120 centimetres. Does that sound right to you, love?
Yes, darling. Yeah.
The next tricky bit is, how do you get this laid out straight and then cut it to the right length? Dawn is laughing quite severely at me, but I'm reckoning what I'm going to have to do is just nip outside and lay that down so that I can measure it and just cut it with the normal handsaw. Which, I must say, when we were buying this, I did have a quick look at the reviews online for it. And this was kind of one of the things that they said, that in general the product's quite good, but it's awfully difficult to get it laid out straight and cut. So I'll go and cut it, I don't think you're going to miss much there though. There we go, cut to length. Weren't too tricky, he says as he's wrestled his way through it. These actually go on, basically what you do is that clips onto there, and then as you tighten that screw it forces these jaws apart, which then locks into kind of that groove there. The only thing you can obviously see is it's going to be a bit tricky, and it could probably do with several hands, but Dawn's too busy drinking her lager and supposedly preparing curtains to come and help me, so
Would you like me to come and help you?
No, I think we're just getting each other's way, to be honest. So, that's the first one, and I can see, like I say, some of the reviews did say it's a bit awkward to straighten out, and that's obviously already curving away. So I'm not sure what we're going to do about that, but let's get it on.
It will give once it gets warm, you know.
Yeah.
It'll find its own, it'll find its feet.
Find its feet. You're confident in that, are you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not overly happy about how they're sat. I'm wondering if I might actually need to move these end brackets right down to the end. But then they might get in the way of the stop ends. So I might have to have a fiddle with that, because that's not sitting well with me.
I'm going to say your chakras are wrong. Oh, no.
If it curved the other way, if they'd rolled it round the other way, and that actually curved in towards the wall,
Yeah, it'd be better, wouldn't it?
that might kind of actually be good, because then you won't kind of see down the edge. But not overly happy with that, but we'll see how we'll get the curtains on, and we'll see from there. You'll just need to get that sewing machine working then, and I still ain't got a beer. I'm getting a beer. You get your sewing machine sorted. So as Dawn sews that up, I'll do you a little beer review. Timothy Taylor's Landlord. I bet Dawn can tell you what I think to a Timothy Taylor's Landlord before I even have a mouthful.
It's lovely.
It's lovely. I've had a few
like
of these in the past. What's it say on the label? The classic pale ale. Yep, I'd agree with that. A classic pale ale. I can't drink more than a gallon out of one glass anyway. Cheers everybody. Highly recommended. And you've probably not seen Dawn concentrate as much on anything that we've done so far like you'll be concentrating on this, will you? Because, in all fairness to you, you'll be the first to admit you can sew, you can use the machine, but you're not really a seamstress, are you?
Far from.
No, you're a willing amateur, shall we say.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
And when we come to do the main curtains, once everything is done and we are doing what we decide as our final curtains, we'll perhaps look at getting them done
Properly.
professionally. I do seem to recall, and I must apologise now because I can't remember who it was, but I think one of our Patreons did say they're a keen seamstress and would be perhaps willing to lend a hand when the time comes. So like I say, I do apologise that I can't remember which one it was, but obviously comment below and remind us.
Oh.
What have we got an issue there? Or?
No.
No? Everything going alright?
Yep.
Yeah. You don't need me to put my beer down and step in or anything,
I don't
do
need
you?
you to stick your nose into any of it.
Yeah, that's why I'm not sticking my nose into any of it. That's your department. My department's dealing with that curtain track that I'm still not happy with. It's looking at me funny from here.
Don't, because it would really. My chakras are not quite having it.
There's got to be a way of getting them ends to pull in. I'm either going to have to move them brackets down, or I'm wondering if I need to actually take the rail off and put it under like a flat board.
That'll not work, it needs to get warm.
Yeah, maybe wet it with some hot water, then put it under a flat board or something.
Yeah. Because normally it changes with temperature of your house,
Yeah.
doesn't it? But
obviously, leaving it like that, it's just going to stay curved, isn't it? There's nothing going to force it into a straight line. So
it's not hot enough, is it?
I mean, I think first off I'll try moving them brackets.
But just for now.
No, I'm going to leave it just for now while we try these curtains on and make sure they're alright. But then I think I'm going to have a play about and a fiddle about with them, because they definitely can't stay like that.
No, can't.
We might have rectified it by the end of the episode, but if we haven't and anybody's got any suggestions...
Like throw it in the canal.
Yeah, like change it for a curtain pole.
Yeah.
See, on nuts and bolts, the other boat... Oh, look, now she's broken it. It won't work.
Broken it.
Yeah, there we used copper pipe, didn't we, as the curtain poles, copper pipe and the brackets and what have you. That's always an option. I think what you're finding is some of the bits where you kind of go and have two seams as such. It's a bit much for that machine, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's obviously not an industrial machine, so
We'll survive.
you're kind of having to skip over the thick bits, aren't you? Says me, the professional seamstress here, who's obviously an expert in these things. This episode in general is kind of going against the grain.
No, darling.
I have to be very cautious and careful and remember, when I'm talking, not to start every sentence with the word so. Because if you look back to the original videos when we first started doing the electric boat, everything that I did, I kind of went, so now we're doing this, so now we're doing that.
I got into that habit.
Yeah. So we deliberately kind of, before we start filming, it's like, right, don't start with the word so.
You have to get as many so's in.
But now, we are sewing, so we need the word so. So I don't know what to do about that.
And as you've gathered, I live with the funniest man in the world.
Indeed. So is that one curtain finished now then?
Oh, shut up. It just wants put in.
Well, we'll leave the final trimmings for once we're happy everything's kind
You can
of...
do that while I do that one.
I'm going to be putting the hooks on. She's bossing me about. You can see who's the boss here, can't you? I'm going to put the hooks on and then we can start putting a curtain in place. It's really exciting, this, isn't
Oh,
it?
it is. Oh, it is. Hold your breath, guys.
Right, so...
Stop now.
I'm reckoning if I put it on the middle one of them, that's going to cover the track up, but it's not going to leave the curtain too high that it's touching that board that we've got to put on. Yeah?
Yes, stop.
You didn't have a clue what I said then, did you?
No, I'm concentrating, aren't I?
So you are. I've just thought. I'm always thinking me, aren't I?
Yeah, you do a lot of thinking.
I should have used our new gift before I've started this.
What's that?
Well, I've always got dirty, horrible hands, haven't I?
Ah.
And we were given a gift, weren't we? By one of our fellow moorers. Nikki and Paul gave us a gift of some heavy duty hand soap. Hopefully I can get that kind of in the camera shot there. Not that it's any kind of advert, but it's a heavy duty hand soap that's also good for the environment. I'm not sure if Nikki was hinting that I'm always...
That you lop it.
Yeah, that I'm always filthy and dirty and disgusting and maybe I need to smarten myself up for when I'm around the marina. But no, I should have maybe used that before my dirty, horrible, floppy, filthy hands started touching these
Don't worry
curtains.
about it.
I'm not overly worried. Right, I'm going to go and put this curtain in place. Look how it's stuck out, that's never right.
It's not?
It's never right. I'm definitely leaving a review on this website, same as everyone else instead.
I'll put it on end then.
I'm gonna... I will say this is the curtain for this end, but I've already put one of those stop ends on that side. There we go. We do need to trim that bit off, like you said. Why didn't I trim that bit off, Dawn?
I just
Pass me scissors, Dawn, and I'll trim that bit off.
I told you to.
Maybe I should do as I'm told all the time. Oh, it's like being an hairdresser. Are you going away on your holidays this year?
No.
No, Boris says we can't. Oh no, Boris kind of says we can't. Oh, I'm not getting into all that. We don't do politics, do we?
No, at all.
The only person I'd vote for is Screaming Lord Such. And you have to be of a certain age to know who Screaming Lord Such was and the fact that he used to enter elections.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, she's broke it again. I can hear she's broke it.
No, that sticks out now. I'm not happy with that.
The bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did think because the wall is more or less vertical, it might be about alright. We might actually end up needing, I think they call it a fiddle rail that kind of holds the curtain back at the bottom so it doesn't swing out. You wouldn't think that something as simple as a pair of curtains could be causing us as many issues, would you? You know, we can build a boat, but seemingly fitting a curtain rail and getting it to sit right is another
No, but I'm saying
matter.
that bottom bit of curtain actual, it's not laying right. Might need an iron.
An iron? An iron? Any old iron?
Yeah, babe.
Is that one sewn up as well? I'll add some hooks and then we'll have a look, see what we think. We do know that this one, or this pair, is kind of the narrowest pair, and I think they are only just about going to meet in the middle. The other ones we can actually make a little bit wider, can't we?
Yeah.
So this pair might have to be in a selected place. I mean, they do, like we said, they do just about, well, they do meet, but these are the narrowest two, so when they're meeting they are only just kind of touching. The other ones will be, each curtain can be a little bit wider. Oh, she's coming to join us, look, she's coming to join us. Camera will be shaking all over and what have you, but yeah, I think it does need, maybe needs an iron first, just to see how that goes, and then this curtain track needs sorting. I think I'm going to alter this bracket then and just see if we can pull that back in there a little bit. So I'll whip the curtains off and then we'll have a look again with that bracket moved out, see how it looks then. So that were us larking about them, making a few pairs of curtains, and it did include what is probably the worst beer review ever, because I didn't really review the beer as so much just take a mouthful of it and say, oh, that's nice. I think I need to drink a few more beers and perfect the art of, oh, you know, that's a hoppy, fruity, full flavoured beer. We have got lots of big jobs still left to do around the boat. Things like doing this ceiling, the fireplace needs all redoing, we need that back bit all rebuilding. But we are getting to the point where we're also doing some of the little fiddly jobs and kind of quite fun jobs, aren't we? And one of them we came across, again more or less at the same time as we were doing them curtains, is we realised that kind of a bit of the kitchen area is a wasted space, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, where the sinks are, obviously when the sinks aren't in use, we thought we could make like a little chopping board to go on top of them, didn't we? So we got a bit of wood and we had a little play about with it. And it's one of them things that I think now we are getting into the project, we're able to kind of do them fun little bits. We're not just having to, oh, we're going to say we're not just having to paint things, but
It's not just graft, is it?
no, it's not just graft. It's actual fun jobs and
Yeah.
things that we can just go, oh, that'd be good. Let's have a bash at that. So we've got that to have a look at. But I must say, one of the other jobs that Dawn's been doing on her holidays, she's been doing a bit of baking in that new oven that we got. So I think while I have a chocolate brownie, and finish my brew.
What do you mean I?
Oh yeah, there is one for you as well. Oh.
Thank you.
Oh. Yeah, have a look at how we made that chopping board, and we'll see you after a brownie. The sinks that we've fitted came with a chopping board that drops into them, but that one's a bit worn. So we're making new ones out of the bits of worktop that we cut off. First off, we've just drawn a little arc onto it so that you've got somewhere to get your hand into. We're going to cut that out with the jigsaw. You notice I'm doing all this freehand, and likewise we're keeping the slightly wavy edge and things around it. We don't want it perfect. These aren't perfect, so why try and make perfect circles? Next I've set up the round over bit that I'm going to go around the edge and just put a little bit of a curve onto there. And again, I've not made sure that's too accurate and pulled it in nice and tight. It's just a rough curve. We'll give that a sand over by hand just to finish it off. Next thing I need to do is change the route a bit for just a straight one, so we can run it along there and get a little groove cut all the way around the edge, so when we drop it into that sink bowl it sits in, don't move about, and importantly don't slide off while removing. There we go then, 2 chopping boards come prep boards. Just need to go over to Dawn now for a final sand over by hand before finishing off with some more of that varnish. That's my brownie finished. Still got some of my cuppa, and Dawn's put her brownie here, so while she's not looking I might have a quick bite. I might not have a quick bite of that. Now on to rolling the paint on. You're making good progress there.
I am.
Have we decided what colour we're doing this, by the way, yet?
Sandy colour.
Is this like a Skegness sand or a beach in the Bahamas sand?
I'd rather use Seychelles.
Oh, Seychelles.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Can we go fetch it?
Yeah, we'll go and get a carrier bag full of it. 2 projects that we've seen there then kind of do sort of emphasise just how well we are getting down the project, because we've got lots of like big stuff still to do, but we are getting to that point where we're now doing some of the little things, you know, the finishing touches. He says, looking around saying, are we really at the finishing touches stage? Well, they are quite different, you know. It's not scraping black paint off a hull and things like that. It's the nicer bits, the fiddly bits, the crafty bits.
Monotony.
Yeah, it does. I think that's a good way of putting it. Breaks the monotony of some of the heavier work.
Yeah.
So hopefully then everyone's, oh, she can manage a thumbs up even while painting. Everyone's liked the vlog. I'm sure everyone's already subscribed to the channel, which is absolutely free. Costs nothing. It just means that you get notifications each time we put a video on, so long as you
Press the bell.
Ding the little bell. There's a little bell icon next to the subscribe button. Press that as well, and it gives you all the notifications, and it gives you access into our community page, as it's called, which obviously we put kind of pictures and things on as we're going along. So have a look at that. So if everyone's liked the video, everyone's already subscribed, and they've dinged the little bell, I think there's just one thing left to do. Let's say, see you later, folks.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.